Hi everyone, Jeri Bellini here from Recycle Parts for Art. Welcome to Learn at the Little House. It's a gloomy Sunday afternoon and we just changed the clocks and Tanya is not doing her totally junk journal today. So I thought, let me pop on and make a video. And today's video is not a vlog, even though you're seeing me right now. It is, I don't even know what to call it. So Tanya is actually hosting a video hop. And she asked if I was interested in participating, and I said sure. And she said the theme is spring. All right, so spring. I thought that sounds interesting, and I said, well, do I have to make something in a book or an art journal or something? And she said no. So I said, all right, if I can do recycled art, I'm in. She said fine. The first thing that popped into my mind. What's the first thing that pops into your mind when you think spring? Well, this is what popped into mine. Bed springs. Crazy, right? All right, bed springs, because just bought a whole box of these last summer and I've had them and been wanting to do something with them, and I had a couple of ideas of things I wanted to do, but I wasn't really sure, and I'm so busy all the time, so I just never got around to it. Well, when she said think spring, I said bed springs, and now I'm finally going to do something with them, and I will be listing them in the Etsy store because I have a big box of them. So my project is going to involve this spring. And I love two things when I'm creating. I love people, body parts, and flowers. Just love them. And so you know that this was either going to be a flower or a body part, right? Let me bring it over here and show it to you, and then I'll turn the camera around so you'll get a better look at it when it's sitting on the table. So this is Sassy Sally. And she was made with a bed spring body, and this up here is some of the pieces that we have. We do sell these in the store, so this, I don't know what this is, but this is what her head is made out of. She's got broken jewelry on her, and she has one of these hearts that I have a local artist that makes these for me, and he uses like old toolboxes, old metal toolboxes, old washing machines, car parts, and whatnot, and I guess he's got a plasma cutter or whatever, and he cuts them out, and I love them. So I wanted to use one of those, and I'm using the edging off of a spiral notebook. And one thought leads to another, and I knew I wanted to use this round thing as a head. I knew that, but how to make it stay on the spring without falling off. So we're going to turn around. I'm going to show you. I'm going to fumfer through another one, and let's get started with that. I hope you enjoy it. Just right now I'm going to show you Sassy Sally's head, and as I said, it's one of these things, and I have been collecting broken jewelry for a long time. So it's broken jewelry, it's little bits of beading left over from when I had my bead store, and I used rivets, eyelets, these humongous eyelets that I found someplace, and some other oddball things on her. All right, so the first thing we have to do, I'm going to set her down. We'll leave her a little bit in view so you can see her, and she wiggles. See that? All right. So the first thing I had to do was figure out how to get this attached to this, and it was interesting because I wanted it to be firm. I didn't want it to like fall off and flop around, and it does not flop around. She is awesome. So I found two different ways to do this, and I'm going to show you the easy way that I found first. Here we go. We have a little prototype sitting here. So this particular spring is attaching this to the spring with the use of a suspender clip. And let's see if I can get that off now. So I was selling these suspender clips in the shop, and I am almost out of them, and what I decided to pull them. There was only a couple left. So I decided to pull them because if anybody's interested in trying to make their own Sassy Sally and you want this and these eyelets, you know, I'll put a little kit together for you. So anyhow, here is, and I decided to hang this heart off there. So let me just remove this heart. So here's the suspender clip. So this was actually my second idea, was the suspender clip. And this was my first idea, this thing. I don't even know what this is, but I found it last year or the year before, and I just bought, there was a whole bag of them, I bought them. So this was what I had done originally. And I'll show you. It's right there, and it works really well. And all you do is, what I did is I pushed two of these back, two of these prongs back, and then I just slipped this piece over the prongs. All right, and I pushed it down, and then I turned it around, and I wrapped these down over the spring. So that's what I did. So I put this on here. Just want to kind of explain to you how my thinking went. So I knew I wanted to attach it to this, so then I attached it to that, and then I bent these prongs over onto the spring. Make sense? Not really, but here, I'll show you what I did here. So you can see how I wrapped it around the spring, and it worked really well. Oh, her eyeball just fell off. Okay, we'll set those aside. This was Brian's piece. He was playing with this. So, and it works really well. It's stuck on there pretty good, and there's no glue. All right, let me show you how I attached the suspender clip to the spring to attach the head. So basically, this is an oversized suspender clip, and I opened it up as wide, you know, as I could, and then I went from underneath here, and you might have to, you know, wiggle this around until you get to the sweet spot, and then you see it's open and it's got the bed spring inside. So then I'm just going to place this in there in the front, and you want to be, or I wanted to be, aware of where the holes were going to be, because I wanted to use the holes for ears. So once I had that like that, all I did is, yeah, also I don't want to go off camera again. So basically it's right there, and it's ready to just be closed. So then I just push this down, and I don't know if you heard it, it's just locked into place. It is not going anywhere. And I love the fact that it has this little thing down there, so you can hang, you know, you could hang something off of it, which is what I did. I hung this little heart that my artist friend made for me. I hung it off there. But you could hang anything off there. You know, it's so hard to show you this kind of thing from above, but you get the idea. So the next thing I did, and I'll pull Sally back over to show you, was to decorate her head. And I am not going to take the time to show you all that in this video, because it's just gluing. Okay, so I have a bunch of junk and broken jewelry, and I just kind of laid it out in front of me and started picking up pieces and just gluing them down along the top of her head until I thought it looked, you know, like full enough. And the eyes, I just took these eyelets. Let me show you on an empty one. Just took these eyelets and I put a lot of E6000 over here along the edge and just went like that, and it, you know, E6000 is very strong, and it was enough to glue it down and hold it. You just let it dry. And then, you know, you can see basically what I did with the rest of it is I just started attaching the broken jewelry. And this particular eye, I glued a a great big bead, and I'm going to leave that one empty. I found this piece in my broken jewelry, and it just looked like a nose to me. So what I'm saying, you basically have to just, you know, have an open mind when you're creating, but you really do have to have a stash, you know, that you can draw on. And on Sassy Sally, I just used the hole at the bottom of the, I don't even know what this is, this metal thing, and just put a jump ring in and attached a heart. All right, the arms. You're kind of curious about the arms. Oh, the earrings moved, by the way, because they were post earrings, and I just, you know, used the post and the little clip on the back for both of them, so they move around. So the arms, basically, I just took the spring. I have so much stuff on my desk. Just took this piece of the spring and cut it with a nice heavy duty cutter and just wrapped it around in two places. So I wrapped it around like as a shoulder, and then I wrapped it around a little further so that her arms could move and she could be posable. And once I started to make her posable, I decided she needed to hold something. And I found this little, oh my goodness, what's in there? This little purse. I found this little purse downstairs, and I thought, oh, it's going to be attached to her hand. I also had a key attached to her hand. You could just do anything you can possibly think of. You're only limited by your imagination. And so that was my little process of creating her. And as I said, I won't bother to show you how I'm gluing on jewelry. I did use E6000 there. You could use hot glue too. I'm sure that would work. And if you used all metal and you wired this on, you could actually put this outside. So there she is. And I hope you enjoyed seeing her and hearing how I create crazy things. And, you know, if you want to try making a Sassy Sally, I know where you can get some bed springs. So thank you, Tanya, for inviting me, and I hope everyone has a blessed day full of love and recycled art, and I will see you again next time. Bye.